Hello? No? Yeah, thank you so much, Prime Minister. So, our next speaker is a man widely recognized as a leading voice for equity in health and sustainable development worldwide. He is the Director General of the World Health Organization, a position he has held since 2017. And before joining WHO, he served as Ethiopia's Minister of Health from 2005 to 2012, where he implemented transformative reforms that significantly reduced child and maternal mortality. And later he served as Minister of Foreign Affairs from 2012 to 2016. He has also chaired major global health initiatives, including the global funds to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. And under his leadership at WHO, he has championed universal health coverage and guided the global response to major health crises, including the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, he is joining us live by video to talk about WHO's views on global health challenges and opportunities. So I will welcome my dear friend, Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus. Please.
Thank you, my sister, Catherine. Your Excellency, Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre, a humble leader. I had a chance to fly with His Excellency Prime Minister to Belém, Brazil, in a commercial flight, and including, actually, he was flying economy, part of the flight, and carrying his own luggage. And I was so touched, actually, by that. And thank you for your humility, Your Excellency, and really appreciate that. So today is about Toure, so I will move to Toure. My dear friend Toure, dear colleagues and friends, thank you for the invitation to address you and also to celebrate Norway and Toure. That's why I have my Norway colors today to celebrate Norway and my friend Toure. And I thank also Norway for its strong support for WHO. Since WHO was founded more than 77 years ago, the world has seen great improvements in global health. Global life expectancy has increased from 46 to 71 years, with the greatest gains in the poorest countries. Smallpox has been eradicated, and polio is on the brink. In the past 25 years, deaths from HIV have dropped by 70%, deaths from malaria by 67%, and deaths from TB by 50%. Maternal mortality has fallen by 40%, child mortality has more than halved, and tobacco use has dropped by 1/3. It's all the progress that Prime Minister Støre had also said earlier. Excellent progress. Of course, WHO cannot claim sole credit for any of these achievements. They're the result of hard work by countries, supported by many partners and individuals, including Norway and my good friend, Toure. Toure's contribution to global health is immense, but he does not get the recognition he deserves. He played a key role in convincing the government of Norway to support the founding of Gavi, as we know, and to keeping health at the core of Norwegian foreign policy. He was also influential in establishing the Global Fund, the Every Woman, Every Child initiative, the Global Financing Facility, Rollback Malaria, the Medicines for Malaria Venture and CEPI, and others. It's a long list. In my own country, Ethiopia, he conducted groundbreaking research on leprosy at the Armer Hansen Research Institute when he was director at the Armer Hansen Institute. which still awards an annual prize in his name to young Ethiopian researchers. And that's capacity building in action. And thank you, Ture, for influencing these young researchers. And he brought his knowledge and experience to WHO as director of the Special Program for Research and Training in Tropical Diseases, or TDR. In that role, he organized the clinical trial for a drug combination for leprosy that has now become the cornerstone of leprosy elimination efforts. He also organized a huge clinical trial of insecticide-impregnated mosquito nets, which led to a change in WHO strategy that has saved millions of lives. I could go on and on. These are just a few of Ture's many contributions. He made a huge difference to many of the most pressing global health challenges of our time. We continue to need leaders like Ture to meet the challenges of today and tomorrow, of which there are many, many challenges, some old, some new, some technical, some financial, and some political problems. Wars and conflicts, displacement, outbreaks, inequities, the growing burden of non-communicable diseases and mental health disorders, the steady march of antimicrobial resistance, the overshadowing threat of climate change, and the ever-present danger of pandemics. Progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals has stalled, even reversed in some cases. Many countries are facing economic difficulties and financial constraints, while sudden and unplanned cuts to foreign aid this year have had a disastrous impact on health in many countries and communities, as Prime Minister Sture said earlier. WHO is supporting countries to mitigate the impact of these disruptions, sustain essential health services, and protect lives. But I also believe that in the crisis lies an opportunity to leave behind the era of aid dependency and transition to a new future of sustainable self-reliance based on increased domestic resources. Likewise, this year has been one of the most difficult in WHO's history. The announcement by the United States that it intends to withdraw from WHO, combined with cuts in funding from other countries, have left us with no choice but to reduce significantly the size of our global workforce. But again, I believe this crisis is an opportunity for WHO to emerge stronger, more empowered, more independent, and more focused on its core mandate. And we're working hard to make WHO future-proof and to prevent shocks like this and make it more independent. At this year's World Health Assembly, member states sent a strong signal that they want a strong WHO. First, the adoption of the WHO Pandemic Agreement was a generational achievement and a demonstration that in our divided world, countries can still work together to find common ground. Multilateralism still works. Second, the approval of the next increase in access contributions is a major step towards WHO's long-term financial stability and sustainability. Once again, I thank Prime Minister Sture and Norway for its support as one of the largest contributors of core voluntary and thematic funds to the World Health Organization. The world needs a strong WHO, and the world needs strong global health leaders like Dr. Ture Godal. I have had the honor of calling Ture my colleague, my brother, my friend, for most of my professional life. We have known each other for many, many years. I know him very well. It's people like Ture that show the rest of us what's possible if our vision is big enough. It therefore gives me great pleasure to announce that I have decided to award Dr. Ture Godal with the WHO Director General's Award for Global Health. Ture, I invite you to the World Health Assembly next year to receive the award and address the Assembly. I know there are many things you would like to say to the world. Congratulations. And I look forward to reading your biography when it's translated into English. And I look forward to seeing you at the World Health Assembly next year. Tusen tak. And back to you, Catherine.
Thanks to Dr. Tedros. And next on stage is